Welcome back. The stock market is closed. Turnover just 346 million shillings. Some of the biggest traders today, Safaricom has traded 5.6 million shares. Ovox EABL, which releases full year 2019 results today, trading just about 600,000 shares at about 208 shillings. Price is up 3.74%. Another surprise big trader today is Kengen, which has traded 4.3 million shares. However, the price was still down. The price was down 1.3%. Some more interesting developments will follow up. We'll give you an update on some of those trades next week's session. But we're getting back to our discussion with Abraham on the Monetary Policy Committee meeting and the subsequent decision to hold the CBR, which is the policy signal rate. And some of the implications, Abraham, you say it's all about what is not in this statement.
Yes.
And we were talking about the fiscal side, which is not in this statement. And you were expressing concern about some of the omissions from the fiscal side. But Abraham, if you just deviate a bit from this statement, you've been following obviously the impasse over division of revenue bill.
Yes.
2019, Senate proposed shareable revenue at 335 billion shillings.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Parliament said it's 316 billion shillings.
Mm-hmm.
But they've still locked on as of today. How do we solve this thing? How do you make sure that next fiscal year we don't have this impasse?
I think we were even speaking with your offset. This is a problem where we have two heads.
Yes.
And that's the problem. And one head originates and the other one mutilates.
Yes. Senate originates.
Yeah.
Parliament mutilates.
So why don't we have it the other way, where we just have it goes to Senate and they approve it and the matter goes away? Because, and as we were saying before, even if we resolve today, we will talk about this in a year's time.
Yes.
So to solve this sustainably, there has to be one house. Either one house deals with it exclusively, or the two houses deal with it, but one house has veto.
Yes.
So it's one of those two.
Has a final say.
Yes, has a final say.
Because otherwise we'll have
because the way it is now, and that's why it has gone to court. And most likely the court will go that route. They'll tell them the way it is not tenable.
Yes.
Because you have one person who can, you see, one almost has, the National Assembly is exercising pseudo veto power.
Yes.
Which is not entrenched in law.
Yes.
But why don't we entrench it and say this is the Superior House on this issue?
Is this a loophole in the Constitution?
It is. And I think the writers of the Constitution, I think, imagined that there would be harmony.
A very mature set of houses.
Yes. And you see, this thing has to do with the diversity of interest.
Yes.
Because the Senate wants more money down there, in the mashinani. The National Assembly wants money at the center. Yeah. So these are two people who probably don't agree on this particular issue.
For different interests.
Yes.
Okay. And it has an impact,
of course, because
the issue of pending bills has been here.
Yes.
Although the Central Bank, the Monetary Policy Committee cited the fact that there was a slight reduction in the volume of non-performing loans in the banking sector. But they cited the fact that there was some pending bill payments in government. But now with this impasse, county government staff are not being paid salaries. Service providers are not being paid salaries. In fact, I saw a statement by the governors, and they're basically calling for tough times ahead.
But I mean, in other words,
yes,
if I may, if we're at 12.7 with regards to NPLs, do you have a sense that this could get worse, or does it get better given the issues we have around division of revenue bills, pending bills, the economic outlook? Are we in for a rough ride?
We are, because don't forget, again, looking at the GDP equation of C plus I plus G, the G function here is very critical. And
which is the government spending.
Government spending. And if government spending is not, and if their spending are not paying, and banks are paid with money, so then the ripple effect is very heavy, because if somebody has a personal loan and they're not paid a salary, they default. Okay. And that default will go even up to
in fact, the Council of Governors asked banks not to penalize the staff who have facilities just in case the payments don't come.
We are a capitalistic.
Yeah, because see,
but wait, I want
that's
to
wishful
know,
thinking.
hold on, let me just go back to the G
Yes.
in the GDP, because there's a statement that says that government budget for the big 4 priority sectors should boost economic activity. So what you're saying is, yes, the government could actually go and execute on its big 4, but then there's still the risk of them not paying.
Yes.
So NPLs could then potentially get worse.
Yes. And you see, not only even the NPLs getting worse, those 4 agendas are at risk. Because what you'll have is you'll have good contractors sitting out.
Yeah.
Because why do I want to do work which I'll never get paid for?
Yeah.
And that's happening a lot. So, and especially something like low-cost housing. Low-cost housing, with the kind of money you're putting in, and because of the huge investment, it means money has to be paid in stages, just like roads.
Yeah.
So the moment money does not flow seamlessly, then you have stalled projects.
Okay.
Straight away.
And that's very scary.
No, it is very scary, but that's a reality.
Yeah.
With big ticket projects, they cannot be paid in one installment.
Yeah.
Because
So they're paid as we go along.
It's actually concerning, because when you read the entire MPC statement,
Yes.
the element or expectation of growth is from the big 4.
Yes.
Yet you're identifying huge risk factors that could potentially see it not take effect as soon as we expect. So if this doesn't happen, then where does the G come from?
You see, if this, out of those 4, even if 1 or 2 does not happen, there'll be a serious effect on this 5.6.
Yes.
You'll definitely see a downturn on it. Because right now, it's
And
definitely
this
riding
is
on a
5.6 annual growth.
Yeah, annual growth,
Okay.
and it's riding on a certain crest. But any of this will dim those lights very, very easily. And again, and the critical factor is, yes, there are line items for all these things in the budget when we are reviewing it. But the question is, when rubber meets the road, when you need to get paid, will you get paid?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But Abraham, they're also flagging the risk of a slowdown in private sector credit growth. Well, they're saying 12 months to June 2019, the annual private sector credit grew by 5.2%, which is an improvement from 4.4% in May. But even at 5.2%, that's still...
It's still low.
But they're also saying that the economy... It's a lot of contradictory statements in this.
Yes.
The economy is operating
At almost
close to
full
its-
potential. Yeah,
Yes,
I saw
full
that.
potential.
Potential.
How can economy grow close to its full potential when credit is growing at 5.2%?
But you see, first of all, I would be very interested in knowing how that potential is determined.
It's a good
Yeah,
question.
you see those are cliche words
Yes.
that would actually mean nothing.
Yes.
Because our economy being what it is, and as informal as it is full of unknowns.
Yes.
So when you talk about potential, you really are not saying anything.
Yes.
So let's talk about what we want it to grow at.
Yes.
That we can measure. But what it can be, we cannot measure.
Yes.
At least not in the kind of informal economy we have
That
here.
we have, yes.
And then if you look at even the growth in private sector, it's below the growth of the national growth rate.
Yes.
Just as a cursory look at it.
In Q1 you grew at 5.6%.
Yes, you see. But looking closely, when you talk about private sector, and given our economy, it means most of that money you're talking about the informal SMEs.
Yeah.
So if you're only going by, I think it could grow much more.
Yeah.
So it means again, the credit could get better. Either here it could be an issue of this high liquidity, or again the same thing of the access to credit issues that we bring up in terms of barriers to credit.
So essentially, it's a monetary policy statement. It's the communique is. Well, how would you score it? I mean,
if I was to write this
And
statement
be
again,
kind.
I would just.
What statement is this?
Zero in I would just have put the last paragraph, second last paragraph.
The MPC
Yeah,
concluded.
that would be
Committee, not the-
that would be
the
the
decision,
communique.
the committee
and
decision.
then just leave out the rest because these are those we can find them elsewhere.
Okay, Abraham, let me just switch it up just one little, switch gears a little. So today we keep saying that they're unable to do anything because of the rate cap ceiling.
Yes.
Assume that this repeal happens. I mean, let's not debate whether it happens or not, but I'm
Yes.
trying to create a scenario. If it happens, what would you expect this MPC to do?
You see, today, if number one, if there's a rate cap, NPC will still not move. They'll still keep it at 9.
Okay.
But more importantly, banks will go back to their normal thing. The rates will go up, instant.
But this benchmark will remain at
Yeah,
9.
because the central bank will be trying to pull them down.
Yes.
At 9, there is the maximum they can. In fact, if there'll be any movement, it will be downwards.
Downwards.
But banks will do their normal thing. banks will say, now we are pricing risk the way it's supposed to be, and use all those words that people use, and they'll justify a higher rate.
Pricing at a 28%.
Yes.
Okay. So could I actually say that you're saying for the next 12 months or 6 to 12 months, you don't expect anything to change even though the rate cap repeal changes?
You see, today, I can bet you, even if we repeal the cap, it will not translate to flow of money to SMEs.
That's true.
It's not automatic.
So the
So
CBK remains
Because right
dovish.
now,
Okay.
banks hide behind that,
Yeah.
because of this.
Yes.
If you remove it,
Fair enough.
there'll be something else.
Thank you very much for that elaboration.
Okay, I think we leave it there. That was a very exhilarating discussion with Abraham Mudawa Kamau, who is the CEO of United Capital, talking about gauging the quality of the Monetary Policy Committee press communique. But obviously, lots of things left undesired from the statement. We leave the market close statistics, and we see you on Monday. Have a nice weekend.